Hi all, Kitamari here, playing some Willow Guard. So this uses a gamepad, I believe. Probably also mouse and keyboard. Maybe it doesn't use a gamepad. I'm trying to select new game. Here we go. 10 generations ago, nearly all the gods abandoned Tursa and the animals they had uplifted. Promising to return, they left the animals in the stewardship of two gods who stayed behind. One was the Willow God, who gave up their name and their body to inhabit the willows that gave the animals their souls. The other was Loxna, the goddess of the moon, the betrayer, the mother of monsters. Her cult destroyed the great civilization of the gods from the inside, and now only a few bastions of light remain clustered around the surviving willow. The Willow Guard, sworn to protect the Willow God and the willow trees against Loxna and her monsters. Something. Or so the story goes, little Willow Guard cub, but if you let me, I will tell you the true story instead. Wow. I like the art style. I like the opening cutscene art style. You are on your way towards the village of Ghweros, an isolated community that borders the northern Hinterlands. You've heard worrying reports of monster attacks that are uncommonly coordinated and brutal. The descriptions of the monsters themselves are also unfamiliar. As you travel down the well-worn road towards the village, you suddenly feel the fur on your arms stand on edge. You sniff the air, the telltale stench of monsters. Not just monsters, blood. Who is this? Are we playing as a skunk, I wonder? Wait, no. Is that a skunk? What is that? Badger skunk. You draw your sword and consider your next step. There should be a guard post just up ahead. They may have been attacked. If there is a guard post, you should probably start by checking in on them. They could be in trouble. So, combat tutorial is highly recommendable. Let's go up here. Hey, look at this cute pixel art. A mishmash of different art styles. We can dodge. We can do some basic movement. I like this this style. Let's do some melee attacks, fluid combat, combo attacks. What is a plus plus? Collected 27 shimmer. Can go down here and read this note. These scattered notes seem to detail the training schedules and rotations of a small guard post. At the bottom of one of the lists, a small notation catches your eye. I don't know how, but the gate crystal seems to be able to tell when monsters are near. During the last attack, it started glowing and then straight up closed the gate. They say you can smash it to get the shimmer inside when it's glowing, but you gotta give it a real wallop. The note is only signed with a scrawled letter. N. Look at these friends. They look like they want a hug. I'll do a little hug there. I don't know if that wasn't really a hug. But I'm gonna enter the ruins, go north. Hey, this looks like Moonlighter a little. So I'm gonna go... Oh, what's that about? Ow, I'm getting hit by little bugs. Destroy to spawn healing runes. There we go. Wow, the healing is very kind. It's kind to have healing. Let's read this note. These notes seem to be an inventory of supplies kept at a local guard post. Some of it, you think, might make for useful alchemical reagents. At the bottom is a little scrawled note. Loxna's teeth. Every third one of these damnable healing plants is a dud. Maybe more, but Captain says we need at least 3 more healing pots by tomorrow. Luckily, Idis blessings grow thick around here. The note is only signed with a scrawled letter, N. Alright, look at those flowers up there. Again, I like this pixel art. Hold down for a heavy attack. You just filled your stamina bar. Stamina is used to draw powerful ability cards from your deck. You gain stamina from killing enemies, destroying destructible objects, fountains, and stamina orbs. we're gonna draw a card. Hey, we get to pick healing salve. Applies 4 to 5 healing per second over 4 seconds. Or throwing knife. Quickly throws a knife that does 10 physical damage and causes stagger. I tend to like getting healing salves, so I'm gonna get this. Press and hold to select. There we go. Look at your map if you wonder where to go next. Each room has connectors, north, south, east, or west, and will also tell you what kind of room it is. Room types include point of interest, obelisk room, objective room, boss room, treasure room, enemy room. Your objectives are listed here. Enter the ruin, pass through the ruin. You can use this. Hey, we have a lesser magic arrow, long-range magic arrow that pierces multiple enemies and does 15 to 20 arcane damage. Hold down the key with the assigned ability, aim with thumbstick, and let it go to fire. Aim with thumbstick. Hey, we can draw an ability card. Let's do that again. Lesser runestone... runestone. Lesser stone skin rune. Increases armor by 10 and slowly regenerates armor up to 10 points. I like this one. Uh-oh. We'll put it on Y. There we go. And... Huh. Gosh, we really need to be careful with what we pick. Make sure it is exactly what we want. Fire ranged abilities over low obstacles. We'll go ahead and push that. We'll open this box. Collecting a lot of cool stuff. I'm gonna take all these too. So we'll go ahead and go... Wait, what was that? Let me look at that. Over low obstacles. Okay, B is definitely healing. Oh, it's a one-time use. Let's use this. Alright, we're gonna put it on B. One-time use for the healing. And unfortunately, I wasted it. I'll try to remember that. I feel like it could be more distinctive healing types versus offensive types, I guess. Is this healing again? It looks very healing-like. Armor protects both you and enemies and objects from damage, and comes in 2 generic types. Physical armor protects against physical damage. Magical armor protects against all types of magical damage. Both of these armor types can be reduced by tear damage. You can also be vulnerable or resistant to specific types of damage such as bleed, fire, acid, or poison. For example, the Lesser Stone Skin rune, while in an action slot, grants a passive immunity to bleed damage. Physical armor, yellow, health bar. Magical armor. We can hold down this. Heavy attacks do tear damage. Right. We can also read this. Written into the surface of the rock is an archaic text. Weathered and cracked, you can only barely understand it. Read this, stone pilgrim, and be welcome to the home of God of... May your stay be restful, joyful, and give you peace. The obelisk pulses with power. You feel rejuvenated. Your discard deck has been shuffled back into your hand. That's one way to feel rejuvenated, I guess. I'm going to hold down for a heavy attack. Ah! Alright, hold down, release. I mean, it is doing some form of damage. I could probably do more damage if I use my other abilities. I just get this strange sense that, like, this wood is regenning its HP or something very slowly. There we go. Now we can draw an ability card. Oh, we have evil in the form of spiders. of want to get an ability card, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I feel like it can wait, potentially. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Too bad I don't have that healing anymore. All right, we're okay. Ah. How about this? Nope. I'm gonna take these down. Over this way. Take those down. This game is very insistent. Draw a card. Just draw a card. Oh, there's throwing knives again. So, do they stack, like, multiples? No, they do not. Stubbornness. Shuffles your deck. Costs 1 stamina. How about... let's just do it. There we go. We have 10. Look at that sword. I feel like I should be able to pick it up off the ground or something. These notes mark the passing of trade caravans into and out of Ghweros, as well as goods carried. You note very few caravans have been making their way to Ghweros recently. Jig's caravan incoming, carrying sundry trade goods. Jig's caravan outgoing, carrying lumber and passenger. Ajati, blacksmith. The note is only signed with a scrawled letter N. Let's activate this Aegis rune. Aegis rune will draw all monsters in the area. Beware. Okay. Oh my goodness. That is a terrifying creature. We can get... Hey. That was pretty simple. Dungeon completed. Hold down to exit dungeon. So I'm curious about the abilities that we managed to collect, right? Also, I'm curious about that too, but nope. Not a way to do that. So, dungeon complete. Hearthwort. Considered blessed by the goddess of the hearth herself, this plant emits a pleasant odor while drying. Shimmer. The main currency of Tursa. Hey, it's 77. Shimmer is solidified remnants of the magic of the gods. Continue. You return to the road, wiping your sword clean of the gore of the monsters left dead in your wake. Something lured those monsters here, an easier target than the guard post. It does not take you long to track it down. A caravan. It's been attacked. Fight. Fight, fight. Wow, there's no break between the new... Look at these beautiful trees. Apricot-colored trees. Anyway. What was my sentence? There's no break between the new. Yeah, that sounds about right. Look at these. These are white mushrooms. So I lose all my cards. Very roguey. Let's read. Written into the surface of the rock is an archaic text. This stone is made to record the transgressions of the banished, against the rightful lord of, god of. Let it hereforward be known that no followers of blank are permitted within the walls of blank at the pain of death. The obelisk pulses with power. You feel rejuvenated. My discard deck? I don't know if I have a discard deck. I wanna... Oh, hey. So that's healing. Just wasted things. Look at these alien trees. Oh my gosh, I just slaughtered an alien tree, but it's okay. We're gonna do some rolling. I like this music. It's a liveliness to it. So we're gonna take all this down. There's evil bug. Go ahead and do that. And then hold this down. So you can see the animation of when that special is ready to go off a bit. It takes so long to take these down. Button mashing versus the heavier attack. Not a huge difference between them. We're gonna draw a card. Shadow Step makes you completely immune to damage while dodging. Throwing Knife. I'll go ahead and go with a Throwing Knife. activate this rune. Oh gosh. Ah! I'm trying to practice using the throwing knives and there's no reason to use them. There's next to no reason to use them, I guess. Now I can draw another card. Lesser runestone, I said it again. Lesser stone skin rune. Increases armor by 10 and slowly regenerates armor up to 10 points. We're gonna put this in Y. All right. There we go. Kind of want to save the healing stuff. There we go. I don't know, button mashing seems just as good as anything. Wow, I just used a throwing knife and it does just as much damage, it seems. I guess against the right type of enemy, it could still be worth using. So, collected 5 shimmer. Good, good. Oh my goodness, see, like this one right here. Oh, it has a giant target. Goodness gracious. I'm gonna draw an ability card. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get even more throwing knives. So I'm thinking of B as my throwing knife. Can draw a card. But I'm gonna activate this rune. Alright, so we have 5 left. Can draw a card someday. Kind of funny how they tell us over and over again. So there was a healing thing that I did not get. I was thinking about how I wanted to save it. Where is it anyway? Is it over here? It might be. Gonna do some rolling. Did I? Nope, not this way. I should have some type of healing somewhere. Where's the healing? It would be good to use it if I can find it. If it exists in this world. Hopefully there's more over here. These trees too. Yeah, the trees are just as good. Just as good, just as helpful. So, gonna... I don't know. These just take so long to take down, and not only that, but I don't even necessarily have room for the stuff in them anyway. There we go. There's more healing up there, I think. I believe. Look at this little spot. Little hidden spot for me to hide. No. Gonna go down south, I guess. The combat is fun. It's very simple. I'm gonna activate this rune. I want to be out in this open area. Whoa. Hey, the dungeon is completed. We're just done. Dungeon completed. We picked up 5 shimmer. You wipe your blade clean from blood, or try to at least. The acidic blood of one of the monsters has seeped into the metal. Gods damn it. This is gonna take forever to clean. I can help with that. The badger steps out of her hiding spot, holding a heavy-looking blacksmith's hammer in hand. I hadn't expected a Willow Guard would swoop in and save me. You're pretty scarce out here. Thank you. This is the first voice you have heard in weeks of traveling, other than your own. You feel a familiar knot form in your chest, knowing you will need to interact with another living being once again. Ghweros approaches the world through 4 different inclinations called creed, empathy, instinct, and neuroticism. Sometimes you will be asked to make a choice that will increase one of these inclinations. Creed means following the tenets of the Willow Guard. Empathy means understanding your fellow animal. Instinct means listening to your instincts. Neuroticism is a tendency to hyperfixate on details. It was my duty as a Willow Guard. Be the shield of the innocent against the shadow of the moon. You quote the creed reflexively. It is almost always an easy way out of a conversation. She nods. I'm glad you came when you did. They were looking for me, I think. You saved my life. My name is Ajati. I am a blacksmith from Wykos. I am Ghweros. I am headed towards Wykos. And I was headed away from Wykos until these monsters jumped us. You know of the monster attacks. I do. I was sent by the Willow Grove in Regnum Polis to investigate. And to put an end to them? Yes. Good. Then I'll need a moment to gather some of my things from the wreckage. Where will you go? With you here, I no longer need to flee. I will accompany you back to Wykos. I see. She is clearly leaving you no choice in the matter. You keep watch over her as she gathers various things from the wreckage, including her anvil. The Aegis runes seem to be holding. As long as they are active, monsters will actively avoid their zone of influence. Or, if they are already in it, they will rush out and straight into your blade. Hey, Willowguard, catch. She tosses you something that she clearly found among the wreckage, a small pouch bound together with string. Card base, oil of sharpness. Catch it. You catch the pouch. When you open it, you find various reagents needed to craft an oil of some kind. Something to tide you over until I can get back to work for real. Get to work for real. I will need to put this together. Yes, but I think you will recognize the recipe. I'm sure you have the shimmer. Anyway, it's too late to make it to Wykos tonight. We will have to make camp. We? That face. Yes, unless you plan on sending me alone into Loxna's embrace to be devoured by her children. I'll look for a spot. You find a safe place to set up your camp. The blacksmith heads out to gather firewood while you place down additional Aegis runes and try to mask your scent as best you can. Soon, with the help of Ajati, you have a bright fire burning. Just in time, too, as the sun sets below the treetops. It is uncommonly cold for this time of the year, and you both huddle close to the fire. That is a good fire. It will keep Loxna's minions at bay. She sits down opposite you, warming her paws against the flames. Judging by the way her shoulders slump, the events of the day seem to be catching up to her, finally. Ask her about Wykos. Although it is hard, you know you will have to actually interact with animals once you are in Wykos, so you force yourself to speak. How many fled Wykos already? The firelight reflects in her dark eyes, her expression unreadable, at least to you. Yes, but many remain. The new headman is full of plans for our defense, but... She shakes her head, and in doing so seems to shake off some of her maudlin mood. You'll see when you get there tomorrow. I'm sorry, Willowguard, I am too tired to talk. I will take first watch. Thank you. She makes a bed out of her cloak and lies down close to the fire. The moment her eyes close, she is asleep. You look at her for a while, surprised she is so quick to trust. Willowguards may be heroes in all the songs, but the reality is often much rougher. As always, the thought of your fellow Willowguards make your thoughts darken. I should meditate, and perhaps put the soil together. Meditate lets you improve your existing cards or craft new cards using card bases that you have found. Upgrading or crafting cards costs materials and shimmer, so invest wisely. You relax and prepare yourself for the rituals of the Willow Guard. Gonna meditate and craft some cards. Let's see, I'm gonna... Oil of Sharpness. Coats your sword in an oil that does 2 to 3 tear damage per hit. Does 15 to 30 tear damage. Okay. Craft this. Card upgrade successful. Oh. I should try to see if I can upgrade some other ones too. Stone skin. I like how this one I could just set it and forget it in a sense. But it needs various materials. It needs inscribed tablet. It needs this one. You finish meditating. Any new cards you have crafted need to be added to your deck by going into the journal, feather in upper right corner, and then navigating to the deck tab where you can set up your deck to your liking. You finish meditating. You relax and prepare yourself for the rituals of the Willow Guard. We'll continue. The long hours of the night stretch before you. Check the wards one last time or trust your instincts. Check the wards one last time. You get up from your comfortable warm spot and walk out into the dark night to check once again if the wards you placed are holding. Good. Yes. Everything is in order. The night is dark but calm. Wild birds sing in the distance. But doing this makes you calm, makes you feel like you are in control of something at least. You return to the fire where you find the blacksmith has woken up. She looks at you as you return to circle of light, as her eyes wide. Was there? No, I was just checking. The words will tell us if anyone tries to sneak up on us. I see. Good. Thank you for keeping us safe. You don't know what to say, and she does not seem to expect a reply. She lies back down and closes her eyes, and within moments she is fast asleep again. You sense the passing of the hours like you always do, in your very blood. In your very blood. Although the night should be full of terrors, it never was for you. To you, the first rays of the sun always carry more terror than the dark of the night, although you have learned never to let anyone know you feel that way. Blacksmith, it's your watch. I'm awake. Anything to report? No, all quiet. Let's rest. You lie down by the fire and wrap your cloak around you, like you have 100 times before, except this time, someone else is watching the darkness. Maybe for that reason, when you fall asleep, your slumber is much, much deeper than usual. Focus has increased. The moon is bright, the ground moist and rich under your paws. You sniff and scratch at the mulch looking for earthworms. In your dreams, you are always a wild, voiceless thing, an animal without an etman, without a soul. An etman. Free to do what your instincts tell you. Something moves. You freeze and look up. There is something by the rock. A shape? The wind changes and you smell nothing on it. Oh, my little one, how beautiful you could have been. You startle, but you feel oddly safe. Curious, you move closer to the moving thing that is making the noise. A creature of some kind sitting underneath the arch. You were never given the choice. That was our failure. Is it too late to mend our mistakes? Can you forgive us? She reaches out for you, but you do not feel threatened. She is the strangest creature you have ever seen. Her skin smells of aspen and magic. Come to me. Find me here in this glade before it is too late. She touches your fur and you awake. Dreams of the moon shadow. You had your first strange dream after arriving in Ghweros. Let's wake up. Ah. Willowguard? Ghweros, are you well? You sense it is morning, although the first rays of the sun are still hidden behind the trees to the east. The campfire is dying down. Just a dream. There's no such thing as just a dream, Ghweros. Dreams are how the gods speak to us. A new clue has been added, the moon shadow. Locana, the goddess of the moon, the mother of monsters, the betrayer, is in your dreams. What does this mean? The vision clings to your mind and refuses to let go. The smells, the sounds, the feel of her touch. You are sure that moonlit glade was a real place and somewhere here in Ghweros. I I understand you do not wish to share your dreams with a stranger, but I may be able to help. She gets up and hands you your sword. You hadn't even realized she'd taken it. That was how deeply you slept. She has cleaned it and sharpened it. You will need to strengthen that sword with more than a turn over that whetstone. More than a turn over the whetstone. The same goes for the rest of your gear. She glances at your outfit, standard Willow Guard attire, a little threadbare perhaps, but perfectly functional. Like most Willow Guard equipment, it is made of tough monster hides. I'm afraid Willow Guard weapons and armor are outside the purvey of regular blacksmiths. Her face lights up in an impish grin. Good that I am not a regular blacksmith then, friend. Come see me in Ghweros when you get there. You do not wish to travel together? No, Ghweros. I know when I have outstayed my welcome. Besides, we're really not that far from the roadhouse. I see. As she heads off, you can hear others moving on the road as well, eager to catch the first light. Oh gosh. So, this is the start menu. Inventory, deck, action surge, codex, and then the game. So I really like the writing. Okay, I'm about ready to wrap things up here, but I really like the writing. I think that it's very well done, actually, and very well edited and just like expressive. It's nice. There's a sort of quietness to this game, right? A sort of elegance, kind of quiet elegance to it when it comes to the presentation. The combat is fun. The combat is definitely fun. It's fast-paced enough, and I can see the gameplay loop being very absorbing. I mean, it already kind of was when I was going from dungeon to dungeon. As far as the plot line, I mean, the plot in general, I would hope that maybe it gets a little more lively, exciting maybe as it goes on, but at the same time I find this a really, really strong start. I will have a link in the description. Check this out if you're interested, and thank you so much for being here. Bye.